Using blend modes and layers panel can be helping us to create such an amazing artwork like that one in front of us. And actually blend modes are not only exclusive to Photoshop, they almost exist in each and every design application, including even video editing applications, as they are essential to blend layers and design elements. So before we start exploring how to create such an artwork like that one, let's go ahead and start with something very simple like that image in here. So here we have that nice mountain image, and let's say you would like to add some Photoshop magic to that one, adding maybe some paper effect to that image. So here we have paper texture in that layer, and now let's say you would like to blend that texture into our mountain view image. We can go to those blending modes in here. Now we have normal blending mode, which is showing our image in a normal way. However, if we start hovering over these modes in here, we will see a blending effect happening to our image. So darken is not giving us that much. Multiply, and now we are seeing that mountain view like a printed paper image, as multiply will be showing dark details within our paper texture image, like these folds in the paper. In here you can see them, and most of that group will be giving the same effect as well. So color burn will be more intense a bit, and same as well for linear burn. So you can choose how strong you would like to have that effect. However, if we move to that group in here, lighten, this will be exposing lighter details of your image. So screen will be giving us very wide details like that. Color dodge and linear dodge, lighter color is not working in that case. However, let's scroll down and we have overlay, which will be revealing all tonal values in that case. It will be showing both dark and bright details. And since we are using a white texture for that paper, we are getting a very bright effect in that image. However, soft light can be a little bit less intense. Hard light will be stronger effect. Then we have vivid light, linear light, pen light, and we have hard mix, which is completely destroying our image. Then we have difference group, which will be almost inverting our image's color in that case. And we have exclusion, looking like image taken on Mars. Then we have subtract, which is turning into black, divide, which is somehow nice as well. Then we have color group in our blend modes, like hue, saturation, which will be removing color saturation in that case, turning our image into a black and white one. Then we have color doing the same effect in that case, and this one will be bleaching our image. Who knows, maybe in some design cases you might be going after a similar effect like that one. However, let's go back to maybe color burn or multiply, and let's move to that layer, showing our layer, and let's see how we can be creating a similar design to that one in here using only blend modes. So back to our design. Here I have some ink splatter in that layer, and that's a vector smart object, as I got that one from Adobe Illustrator. This one actually a brush in there, and you can be copying or borrowing elements from there by copying them or using Command or Control C, then pasting them in Photoshop, and they will be vector smart objects. And also, if you would like to get textures like that one or even that paper texture, you can be googling them. There are like tons of them online. You can find many of them, and most of them are free to use. And also, guys, you will be finding that file in your resources. If you would like to use that texture or that paper texture or even that ink, whatever, you will find that one in your resources, and it's called blend modes. If you'd like to practice that one along with me, that will be a great idea as well. So let's go back to our file, and let's go ahead and start adding more grunges to our image. So I'm gonna be selecting that layer, vector smart object. Then I'm gonna be looking for a nice blending mode for that one. And instead of selecting them from here, and instead of hovering over these blend modes, I'm gonna be selecting my layer, and I'm gonna be using that amazing shortcut Shift Plus to quickly go through them and see what I like. Overlay looks nice, which is one of the most used blend modes by the way. And vivid light looks also nice to me. However, I'm gonna be toning that one down using also opacity option, maybe something like that. Then we have also another ink splatters in here. I'm gonna be enabling that layer or showing that one and applying the same blend mode, vivid light. Now they are a bit intense, so I'm gonna be reducing opacity as well for those ones. And now I think you are getting the idea of how you can be creating such an artwork. Let's go back to our design file where you can see those ink splatters, that one in here and those splatters as well. And that girl in here, I drew that one in Adobe Illustrator, then I copied that one and pasted that one in Photoshop. So let me select that layer, and it's called layer 3 copy. I'm gonna be selecting that one instead. So I'm gonna be copying that layer, Command or Control C, going back to our file, then I'm gonna be pasting that one, Command or Control V. Or if you would like to paste that one in place, let's undo that and go to Edit, then Paste Special. We're gonna be selecting that one, Paste in place, or Shift Command or Control V, where it will be pasted in the same exact location, especially if these two files are sharing the same dimensions. So going back to our file, and here we have that color touch. In here we can be selecting that layer. As I have the auto select feature enabled while having my move tool selected as well, I can easily select those layers. Then I'm going to be copying that layer, Command or Control C. Then I'm going to be pasting that one in place, Shift Command V. Now we have that one in here. However, maybe you are asking how you can be creating such a nice color touch. Well, simply that's also a very simple image that I got from unsplash.com, and you will find that one in your file as well. So that's how it looks like. I'm gonna be enabling only that layer, holding Alt or Option key, so you can see how it looks like. It's a very nice abstract image, and I thought I can be using that one for adding some color touches within a design like that. So let's get our layers back, holding Alt or Option key, clicking on that layer again. And let's also hide that layer, selecting that layer so you can see which blend mode I've selected for that one. Here, as you can see, I used multiply for that layer with almost full opacity, and also I used eraser tool to remove any unwanted pixels within that image. So let me re-enable that one again and show you guys what I mean by that. I'm gonna be moving that one to here. Then I'm gonna be selecting multiply, and now let's move that image maybe above lips, the part in here, as I like to use that magenta color for her lips. I'm gonna be rasterizing that layer first before I use my eraser tool, as we have that one as a smart object, and I'm gonna be explaining them in detail. However, when it comes to smart objects, we can't really remove from them unless we rasterize that layer. So right clicking that layer in here, then selecting rasterize layer. Now we have a regular layer. Then we can select eraser tool, which you can find in your toolbar. Then simply I'm gonna be going over these excess areas to remove these pixels. We can also reduce opacity for that layer a bit, maybe to 60% or so. And let's go back to our original file, that one. Then I'm going to be selecting that color for eyes, selecting move tool, clicking on that layer, Command or Control C, then going to our file, Shift Command or Control V to paste that color touch in here. And actually I use the brush tool to have that nice color touch, which you can find in here, and I'm going to be discovering them in detail as well. Then I used a green color and I started painting these parts in Photoshop actually. And I've selected darken as a blend mode for that layer. to nicely blend that color into our design. Zooming out. Going back to our file, I'm not gonna be copying everything to that file, just to show you guys the concept of creating similar designs, which could be working by the way as a very nice vintage or oriental art directions. And now we are reverse engineering that design. So let's go quickly through our design elements or our layers, selecting maybe these water drops, and those are in multiply blend mode. So let's select normal and see how they look like. And let's also increase opacity for that one. So those are also a part of a regular image that included maybe water drops or even bubbles. So selecting multiply again and reducing opacity as well, so it will blend nicer. And the same as well applies for those design elements. That kicking guy, for instance, we have darken for that one with lower opacity as well. And that skating guy in here is having a very nice time, as you can see. We have multiply for that one. And here also we have that bird, if you didn't see that one. And I have that one into 2 layers because it didn't really look that strong within that image. So I duplicated that layer by selecting that layer. Then you can be dragging that layer all the way to here, which will be duplicating your selected layer. And now that's too strong, so I'm gonna be reducing opacity for that duplicated layer all the way to maybe 30 or 24, something like that. So you can see it's adding a bit to our original image. And that circle can be easily created in Photoshop. However, I got that one as well from Illustrator. And those floral ornaments as well are from Illustrator. And you can be finding tons of similar ornaments online. You can be searching for floral ornaments or vector florals and stuff like that. And you will find tons of them free to download. Also, what's really amazing about using blending modes in our design is that we can easily change our backgrounds, trying maybe a completely different art direction. So let me scroll down in here. Here we have that background layer and we have that paper texture layer as well. So let me enable that one or show that layer. And now you see changing our background layer is completely changing our design. However, still our design elements or our layers are blending very well with that newly added texture. So hope that was inspiring for you guys. Now your task, you will be finding that file in your resources. Go ahead and unleash your creativity, use blend modes, and don't forget to share your amazing artwork with us.